Alright, hey guys, remember CCG back in the video. With this video, we're going over my Raidraptor deck profile, and this is Pulse Phantom Nightmare. And we're going to get started here with 3 copies of Samoric Bird Perfection. This is another level 4 that you can get out, and it searches out the field spell that's actually able to bring out more level 4s through a normal summon. And that's great because sometimes you just really need that extra normal summon. So why not get a free level 4 out and a free normal summon for your winged beast monsters in general. And then here we have 3 copies of Tribulanius. This card is really great for this deck. You're going to see there's a 1-card combo that goes with this, but usually you just want to pitch your Mimicry Lanius. But not only that, but you're actually able to pitch your Bloom Vulture here. This is a new monster that we got, and you'll see when I get to it, but basically you can combo off using this. Then 3 copies of Strangle Lanius. If you control a Dark Monster, you can get it out for free. It will lock you into Dark Monsters, so just keep that in mind. But if you control an Exceed monster with a Dark Exceed material, then you can bring out a level 4 monster from the grave and put it back onto the board. And that's great because you can easily get a monster like that using your rank up cards. Then 3 copies of Noir Lanius. You can get this card out either through normal summoning or special summoning it. And if you do, then you can target 1 Raidraptor monster you control, add 1 Raidraptor monster with a different level than that monster. So usually you're going to be targeting itself or another level 4 monster, and if you do, you can add a Pain Lanius. And then you can do some level modulation if you need to. Then we have 1 copy of Mimicry Lanius. This card, you're going to pitch it, and then you can use this to search out whatever Raidraptor spell or trap you may need. And then we have 3 copies of Bloom Vulture. So this card is great because not only can it work as a starter because you're able to get it out and another Raidraptor monster from your hand, but if you have no other monsters on the field, like if your board gets wiped for some reason, you can actually use this card as a bit of a safety net to get another level 4 monster onto the board with this monster. And then 1 copy of Singing Lanius because it's a free level 4 summon. 2 copies of Raider's Wing because by detaching material you can get it out. Then 1 copy of Silent Boots because of the Bardiche. 3 copies of Ash Blossom. 1 copy of Pain Lanius. It's a great target for our Noir Lanius here. And then we have Skip Force. This will just help you increase your rank by 2. We have a copy of Rank Up Magic Launch. This is great if you're trying to go into your Kali Yuga. It's pretty easy to go into. And then we have 1 copy of Call to the Grave for hand traps. 1 copy of the new Rise Rank Up Magic Raidraptor's Force. So this card, the way it works is that basically if you have 2 or more Raidraptor Exceed monsters you control and or in your grave, including a monster in the field, then you can special summon 1 Raidraptor Exceed monster from your extra deck with the rank equal to those combined ranks. So it's very easy to set up and you can get a pretty beefy monster relatively quickly using this card. Then we have Phantom Knight's Rank Up Magic Force. Just banish 1 or more dark monsters from your grave and then you can increase the rank of a Dark Exceed monster by doing that. So what's great is that you can do that to obviously go into your Raidraptor monsters by ranking up, but you can also use this if we summon out our Dark Rebellion Exceed Dragon, we can get ourselves our Dark Requiem, and since it has the Rebellion Exceed Dragon material, you'll have the bonus effects that you see here. Here we have the 3 copies of Swallow's Curry. So this is a new card that's coming out in Phantom Nightmare as well, and it's a TCG exclusive card as you can see. And basically it's a searcher for your deck. You just tribute a winged beast monster from your hand or face the field. And the great thing about this is that you can also dodge with this. So if your opponent tries to use a negate, then you can use this card to get rid of that monster, search something out, and then the effect can then resolve. So that's always good to see, and it's just a good 3-up. 1 copy of Raidraptor Nest, you can search this out and it'll set you up with another search. 1 copy of Raidraptor Roost, you can target 3 of your Raidraptor monsters that are banished and or in your grave, put them at the bottom of your deck, and then you can draw a card. Not only that, but if a Raidraptor monster is special summon from the extra deck to your field, you can add 1 Raidraptor spell or trap for your deck to your hand, so some searchability in here and recyclability. And then the field spell I kind of covered, but just increasing your plays. 3 copies of Imperm as another hand trap of choice. And we have 1 copy of Raidraptor Glorious Bright. It's a searchable trap that can negate something, so that's always good to see. And not only that, but if you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 of your Raidraptor monsters that is banished or in your grave and add it to your hand. So again, I like this new support because it is adding more safety nets to the deck that the deck didn't have before. And then 1 copy of Shade Brigandine, just because we do have the little Phantom Knight engine. And this is a great monster to search out. Alright guys, before I go to the extra deck, if you're enjoying the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned because I will be dropping a combos video really soon. Here, we're going to get started with the new Raidraptor Rising Rebellion Falcon. So this card is unaffected by other cards' effects, and if this card is Exceed Summon, you can destroy as many cards your opponent controls as possible. And then if you have 3 or more Raidraptor Exceed monsters with different names to material, you can do a bunch of burn damage for the attack of those monsters that are destroyed. And then once per turn, you can attach 3 materials and target 1 Raidraptor Exceed in your grave, and you will copy that effect. So it's just an overall very powerful boss monster. Clears out your opponent's board, and it's very annoying. It's another towers monster like we saw with Ultimate Falcon. What I like about this monster is that it's not that difficult to get out, and it's very annoying. Then we have one copy of Raidraptor Ultimate Falcon. So this is the original towers of the deck, just still super powerful. You can do a bunch of burn damage if your opponent doesn't have anything, or just lose a bunch of the attack. Very easy to get out, as you're going to see, especially with the Arsenal Falcon. One copy of Yugioh. Yugioh is still an unfair card, and what's nice about this deck is that it doesn't rely on the Yugioh as much as it did before. You can just do it if you're able to. We have the one copy of Yugioh. So before, the deck really relied on this, and you'd see a bunch of combos that would just revolve around doing this. But if you were hit with any hand trap, it would just stop it. But I'm just glad that you don't have to rely on this anymore. It's just a nice little card to have in here. In case you see that opening, it's still an easy win, so might as well go for it. And then one copy of Arsenal Falcon. This card is insane. Just a Raidraptor card that gives you so much value. You can attach a material from this card, summon a level 4 winged beast monster from your deck. When this card is sent to the graveyard, well, it has a Raidraptor monster as material. You can special summon one Raidraptor Exceed monster from your extra deck. So that's a great way of just getting one of your Towers monsters out for free. One copy of Dark Requiem Exceeds Dragon. It's just a powerful monster that has a bunch of negates on it, and you can get it out pretty easily. Same thing with Arc Rebellion Exceeds Dragon. This is going to be if you have the opening to finish, then just go for it. Then we have one copy of Raidraptor Brave Strix. This card's nice just because it does give you the ability to search out your Raidraptor spells or traps. And not only that, but actually search up a rank of magic spell, which is big for this deck. Then one copy of Dark Rebellion Exceeds Dragon, just to go into the other ones. One copy of Gagaga Magician, just because we can use this to bring back our Arsenal Falcon and then go from there. And since Arsenal Falcon will have no material, we can then just rank it up using the Phantom Knight's rank of magic launch to go into the Yugioh. Then we have one copy of Raider's Knight, rank up into whatever we need, so we can either rank up to our Arc Rebellion Exceeds Dragon or into the Brave Strix, which we're going to see we commonly do. Then we have two copies of Force Strix, just because it is still the classic search for this deck. Then one copy of Bardiche, just because you can pop some things with it. You can search out your Phantom Knight cards. Great, especially if you're wanting to go into the Phantom Knight's rank of magic launch. Two copies of White Strix, because it's still a very powerful link monster. And it's just going to let you special summon a level 4 Dark Winged Beast monster from your deck, and also search out another rank of magic spell. So you can see we have quite a few searches for the rank of magic spells, which just increases the overall consistency of the deck. Alright guys, so for the side here, we have cards that I considered running but ended up dropping. Satellite Falcon, I really like this card. I think it's just fun as a rank 8, just destroying your opponent's spells and traps. It just isn't super powerful anymore, so you don't really need it unless there's specific combos that you're trying to do. If so, then you can run it for that case. Infinity, in case you want to run the Soul Shade Force. And then Time Thief for Duel, because we do have our Phantom Knight of Shade Brigandine. If I had space, I would run this card. Same thing with SB Little Knight. If you have space, just know this deck has a good amount of flexibility. You can even include like Kashtira in this, just so you can go into the Arsenal Falcon a lot easier. The deck just has a lot of flexibility, and you really got to play around with it and see what you like. Yeah, overall, I'm just really liking this new support. I think it's going to make the deck a lot more fun, because before it would just boil down to Yugioh until somebody stops your combo. And otherwise, if you didn't do that, it wasn't too strong. But now we just have this great support, and I can't wait to see the things you can do with it. And I hope you guys are going to stay tuned for the combo video so you can see what it does exactly. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.